Hey guys, welcome back to another Vinny Built Structures video. In this video, I'm going to go over the next build for my layout. If you know, back there where that coffee can is, I keep telling you that there's going to be a truck repair facility and a heavy equipment rental place. Well, I have decided to build the truck repair facility. I have already started on it, and if you had watched the Hangout's presentation last night, you'll know what the building is going to look like. Anyhow, I'm also going to tell you the cost what the cost is to build a scratch build structure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the materials I used, and then I will break it down and tell you how much in money it's going to cost you. So hang out and we shall be right back. Alright guys, since I'm doing a Vinny Built Structures video, I decided to do two builds in this video just so I can save some time later on. But anyhow, the first part of this is going to be about Shane's build and what I've been doing over the past week or so. I guess I can show you up to that part. I know I said I wasn't going to show any updates, but I like to keep Shane happy that he sees some progress happening on his build. There will be some still shots first, which shows you how I got to what I'm going to show you in the video. So stay tuned, and I think that's all I got to say right now. And then that'll be followed by the new structure that's going to be on my layout. Anyhow, stand by and I'll take you out to the work area and I will show you the video of what I have accomplished on Shane's build, and that's going to be right after the stills. Alright guys, this is where we're at on Shane's build right now. As you can see, I have all the H-beams permanently adhered to the wall. I've got down on the lower section down here, I've got the inside moldings that I was going to put down there. Second wall, same thing with all the moldings down at the bottom. As you can see it. And I got that also done. Oops, sorry guys. I also have that done. On the outside. 3 of the 4 walls have been completed. Well, not completed, but as far as I can go with them right now. And let me get the subject from the still picture, so hang on for a second. Alright Shane, this is your front wall. And I just want to say one thing, even though you're looking at this picture, there's an old saying that goes, things are not always what they appear to be. So just take that into consideration when you're looking at this here picture. Anyhow, we got that side done with the lower moldings down there, the stanchions and little concrete pads. And we turn it around, and the same thing down here at the bottom. As you can see, all the moldings have been in place and secured. Anyhow, I'm getting quite close to finishing all the peripheral stuff on this build, so that means I gotta start get going on the rear doors. And I guess once the rear doors are done and the wall is prepared, we can start putting this building together. So anyhow, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Like I said, I wasn't going to do any more updates on Shane's build, but I just want to keep him happy because I'm also doing some stuff on my layout, and I don't want him to think that I am procrastinating on his layout, on his building. Anyhow, stay tuned, because up next will be what I am building for my own layout. So hang in there and we'll be right back. Alright guys, what you're looking at here is again my arsenal of evergreen products. Basically they're all styrene strips. Back here is plain sheets, and then also there's some corrugated metal sheets and a second plain sheet. Okay, I'm also going to be using Tiki Group's windows for the build. These are 40 pane engine house windows. Basically I have to go with what I can get. I'm also going to be using, and I don't know what the number is or the name is on these ones, but they are 12 pane windows. I'm going to be using 2 of those for the office building. Anyhow, let me show you what this is going to cost you to build. What I did here is I broke it down into all my parts, what they are, and how much they cost retail. Now if you have absolutely nothing in evergreen products, all of these materials are going to cost you $41. Okay, but now on some of these, there's like on this one right here, which is a 15,000 sheet, the package costs $3.89, and there's 3 of them in there, so I divided the 3 into the $3.89. It comes up to $1.29 each. So for this build I need 2 of them, so it's going to cost me $2.99, and that goes right down the list. You know, for mostly all of these strips you're going to be having leftovers, so you'll be able to go to your next build. And also on this 15,000 sheet right here, you'll have 1 extra sheet left, so you'll be able to build a smaller building. Anyhow, breaking it down like this, here's all the prices it would cost you, and you wind up paying $27 or $28 to build this model. And don't forget, now you're going to have parts left over here, so you'll be able to do a smaller building, and you'll get 2 kits out of that. So the first thing is, if you can find the kit that you want to build, it'll probably be twice the $27. I mean, average kits now are going for like $35–40. The second thing is, you could say, I built that, and pat yourself on the back for having a structure that's going to be unique to your layout. Anyhow, give me a minute, let me clear all of this junk off, and I'll show you the beginnings of my next build. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, what you're looking in front of you here is the 4 main walls for the shop itself, and then there's 3 walls here for the office. The office is going to be a 3-wall, and it's going to butt up to one of the walls here on the main building. As you can see, I've already got window holes cut out and my doors cut out, and I want to go over something about the windows. It's going to be, first of all, we'll get to the building. First of all, it's going to be 3 doors in the front, and I built so many structures for people with drive-throughs, I decided to put a drive-through in my building also. So this and this would stand up like this, and you would have the drive-through. Now, I don't recommend using something thinner than 20,000 styrene to do a build, just for the rigidity purposes. But for me, I had this 15,000s in stock, and I also had lots of the other strips in stock. So basically this kit cost me nothing to build, and when you start doing a lot of scratch builds and start collecting all this stuff, eventually the original $41 that you spend for parts, you may spend a little bit more, but you'll get a lot more out of it for sure. Now, let me tell you something about windows. What I have found out doing all these builds, that I ran across 2 types of buildings. The first type right here is the type that you cut the hole and you put this flush into the wall with no problems, just like that. The ones I'm going to use for the office, on the other hand, you have to be careful when you do these guys, because you'll make a hole too big and you'll be sorry. And I don't know if you guys are really going to see this, but inside here there's a ridge, and you need to cut the hole the size of that ridge. If you cut it the size of the perimeter of the window, it's going to be too big. This, even though you can't see it, this has actually got a windowsill on it. So, I mean, I have used these where I sanded that off and put them on the horizontal rather than the vertical. But in this building, they're going to go on the vertical. So, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut the holes out for the windows for the office. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply all the structural styrene strips and start assembling this building. So stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright, I forgot to mention one thing here. Of course you see tape on here, and you know all that my Vinny Built structures get a stripe at the top. Now I don't have a 1/16 inch masking tape, so I decided to use this pinstriping as masking tape. It's not very critical if it stops the paint or not, because I will take this off and put another stripe up there. The one on the bottom also is a place that I will be gluing a styrene strip to give it the foundation look. So you know what I say, glue does not stick to paint. Well, that's why this is masked off. It's the same on all the buildings so far, and I still need to do the office. So stay tuned and we'll get to cutting out the windows on the office building. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got the 2 windows that are going office already drawn out and measured. I've already got the door cut out. One thing I want to mention to you is you can cut the windows smaller and then make them bigger, but you cannot cut them bigger and make them smaller. So let's get going with the cutting of the window hole things. Be right back. Alright guys, we're back again. As you can see, I've got all my supports cut for all the walls. And if you guys don't have one of these guys, you need to get it, because I tell you what, it does definitely save you a bunch of time. If you need to cut a bunch of stuff in the same sizes and stuff, you just put the first one in there, put one of your adapters in, and chop away. Anyhow, let's get on with this here. So we're just going to start with this, and funny thing happened, my freaking needle fell inside, so I got to be real careful with the glue. But anyhow, we're going to go ahead and start and put this together. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, what you're looking at is the pretty much assembled office for the truck repair facility. Because I was using the 15,000 styrene, I decided to give it a little bit extra bracing in here, as you can see. This was starting to actually bow in, so I put this brace across to keep her straight. The only thing left for this now is I need to put the corner pieces on, and this guy will be ready for paint. And speaking of paint, I'm going to go ahead and assemble all of this back here, and then I'm going to paint the interior whatever color I decide. I'm thinking like a beige color, but I don't know what I want to do on the outside. Anyhow, I'll get back to you when this is done, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye. Alright guys, this is going to be the final part of this particular video. We will continue the rest of this build in the next video. But as you can see, I've got all my walls painted. I decided to go with this sea color, sea coast blue or whatever, sea breeze blue, that's what it is. And I just want you guys to know one thing. Number one, the reason why I don't like using 20,000 or 15,000 styrene, if you guys can see this, can you see that movement there? These walls are actually warping, so I got to put some more bracing in there. What we're going to do in this is we're going to assemble the 4 main walls, and to do that I want to make sure things are square, and I don't have all the pretty tools that are available. So I took 2 of my squares and put them in a 90-degree configuration, and then to check the square I put another square in there, and as you can see I got a perfect 90-degree angle. So we will continue on with this, and we will put these walls together. So stay tuned and we will be right back. I forgot to mention one thing, guys. You may encounter some kind of a screw up on your build, like for instance when I was putting the windows in, the glue bled through and got onto the paint, and then the same thing happened on the rear wall. I'm not going to bother repainting these. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, well, first of all, here's the office, and I'm going to have a special technique on the roof of this office. But anyhow, what I'm going to do is the office found its home. It's going to be right there. And now on the back wall, I didn't mention this to you guys, but you know, again, there's a mess up right there. And what I'm going to do on the back wall is I'm going to add a machine shop. So we'll have that. And there goes. Your mistakes are covered up and gone. So just wanted to give you that little bit of info in case you do make a mistake. And it does happen. You can make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. You know, and I try my hardest to keep the glue spots down to a minimum, but sometimes you just can't help it. So anyhow, stay tuned and we'll start putting this together. Alright guys, this is the semi-completed repair shop for trucks. Eventually, or not eventually, but in the next video I'll be adding the lower molding or concrete pad, whatever you want to call that. Also, I will be adding a couple of cross braces here, but the final squaring of the building will get done when it gets mounted to the foundation. The little space that's in here, I will put a piece of molding in there, and that'll take care of that little space. This building and the machine shop will be permanently attached to the building. Anyhow, let's go ahead and cruise around the backside, and let's see what we got here. This is the backside. As you can see, we got the drive-through. I'm not quite sure if we're gonna. Sorry, I'm trying to roll around on my office chair here. I'm not quite sure if I want to keep the Build Structures stripe white, or I might do it black. I'm not sure yet. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this part of the series. As always, your questions, comment, and input are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSF 6951 out.